Look at the speed of Greipel as he goes over them all. Greipel is going to go back to back because look at the speed of Greipel. There is nobody near him when it comes to it. He's beating some of the fastest finishers in the world by a long way. As they head up to the finish, Renshaw's gone very early on the far side of the road. He's being chased down by Rojas in the Share the Road Young Riders jersey. Now there's a rush by Alan Davis on the right and Greipel is on the left. They're swamping Renshaw and it's Greipel who gets the stage win for Germany, and this, don't forget, is a German town.
Well, I was a little bit lucky because Renshaw was the whole time on the right side and I couldn't pass him, but at the end he went a little bit to the left and so I could pass him.
Graham Brown has the Ochre Leaders jersey, but must feel the pressure to keep it in light of the powerhouse performance today from German André Greipel.
That's Matt Heyman down as the rest battle for the line. On the far right is Alan Davis. Renshaw is centre. Greipel comes on the line. André Greipel gets his second win in as many days. He won in Hahndorf. He now wins here in Strathalbyn.
André Greipel collecting his second stage win, edging out tour leader Mark Renshaw. But Greipel's stage win carried a 10-second bonus and has moved him up to second overall.
Just in that lime green jersey, the SA Lottery sprint leader. And Greipel is here as well in the black jersey, and they're the two top men overall. Without Mark Renshaw are free to fly, shoulder to shoulder. Gilbert in the light blue is trying to get on. Greipel is going to go back to back. 2 stage wins in a row, number 3 of the week, and now this time the ochre jersey will await him. I think he just got over the top of Alan Davis and 101 there, which is Philippe Gilbert.
Greipel deserving of the leader's jersey and goes into the final stage a firm favourite to win the Tour Down Under.
Now because Davis is being led out here by a teammate of the other rider, Greipel, and look at the launching of the attack, and Robert Foster has kicked off from nowhere here. He's come right to the back. Greipel is having a go at him as they hit the line. Greipel has got 4 wins this week out of 6 possibilities, and if you can do that, you deserve to win the Tour Down Under. That was a tremendous sprint.
Well, that is the way to do it. A congratulatory handshake coming across there from Robbie McEwen. This man certainly is very fast indeed. He stayed calm and collected. Congratulations coming there from Alan Davis. Davis tried, Phil, right up until the last moment to do it, but nobody, I think, this week has been able to stop André Greipel.
My sport director told me before the race, you don't have to think about your jersey, just try to do your own sprint and win the stage again.
Congratulations to German André Greipel from Team High Road, a worthy winner of the Tour Down Under's Ochre and Pro Tour jerseys.
And that is André Greipel and McEwen on the left of our picture. And the final lead out, McEwen's in a great position, comes in on the inside of the crowd barrier here, being challenged by André Greipel, the winner of stage 1 a year ago. And I think this time André Greipel will get his revenge. He takes the line, and you know, André Greipel started racing in 2005, the very year that Lance Armstrong chose to retire. He gets his first win of the year.
Well, you can see that. There was a big lead out there coming from Gerrit Stegemans in second position. Robbie McEwen just waiting his time, but look at the men queuing up right behind him. McEwen attacks on the right-hand side, but Greipel comes straight out of his slipstream.
Yeah, it was awesome. Before, when we passed the finish, I said we have to wait a long time before we take the lead. And yeah, the guys, yeah, they heard. I said in the radio, now we take the lead, and they did it.
So, as it was a year ago, the first ochre jersey going to André Greipel, who last year won 15 races to the end of his best ever season. Now he's got 1 in the bank. Well, as they start to break for the line now, that is Sabatini from Liquid Gas who swung off and he's looked at the wrong man. Chris Sutton is in front of Henderson. Graham Brown is coming on the left of the field here, and on the far left of our picture it looks as though Greipel is making a move. Look at the speed of Greipel as he goes over them all. Rowlands looked as though he had it on the right, but Greipel has come through from the left and taken it on the line. That was an incredible sprint.
It certainly was. 20 victories for André Greipel last year. Just have a look at the acceleration. Here he is over on the right-hand side. He's a far way down. Lots of bumping and barging on the left-hand side. The red jersey there is Geert Stegemans, but the acceleration, once the turbo kicks in for André Greipel, well, no one's going to stop him, are they? A clear bicycle and a half win over everybody else.
And there's the photo finish. It was a long way in front. That was the way to win a sprint. His 6th in history in this event.
Well, Andre, after a practice run on Sunday, today you got it completely great.
Yeah, we were again the lucky workers. We started first to chase them down, and we won the stage. And I mean, it's I think we deserve to.
Well, I reckon that's absolutely right. There was nobody else left for HTC Columbia in that front peloton after the sprint was over, but they did their job and they got their man through. But he did need to come from an awful long way back, and he got over the top there of Geert Stegemans.
Oh, it's complicated now. You can see Graham Brown right in the middle, waiting for the moment for him to move as well. Greipel seems to have been boxed out on this one, Phil. He's got no men around him. There he is in about 4th or 5th position. Also, you can see Rojas moving up for Kees de Pagne.
Well, Rojas is the rider on the far right as Brown goes on the far left. As we look at the picture now, we go to the front. The man in ochre has popped out the woodwork and won again, and won so easily as well. 2 out of 2 for André Greipel, and that will increase his overall lead with the small bonuses.
Well, just look at this here, Phil. Greipel is nowhere to be seen. You can see Rojas starting the sprint there on the right-hand side. There on the left, you can see Greg Henderson looking to see whether he's got the acceleration. Then from nowhere, the door opens. The man in the ochre jersey sees the opening and kicks in with all of his might. And then all of a sudden, he's just opening and accelerating away from everybody else. Well, look at the argy-bargy there in about 5th or 6th position. That's going to be Graham Brown. He wants the wheel of Robbie McEwen, who's right in front of him. In front of McEwen in the red jerseys, Geert Stegemans. In front of him, of course, is the German champion, Greipel.
Now it's opened up and coming through on the inside. The final charge. Mac Gott is leading him out. And now goes Greipel, being chased all the way by Stegemans. Greipel is going to have to dig deep for this one. Brown is there. McEwen was there, but no doubt who was first. Greipel has got his 3rd stage win and has got it clearly.
Well, he's going to be extending his lead in the overall classification, but watch out for Robbie McEwen, Phil, because McEwen starting the sprint here in 5th place is getting closer and closer to the win. Look at the acceleration on the right-hand side of Graham Brown as well in the orange jersey of Rabobank, but nobody at the moment can really rival the last lunge to the line by André Greipel as he goes across the road there to get himself that next stage victory and, of course, extend his lead in the overall classification.
Andre, once again, what an incredible performance, not only by yourself, but the whole team.
Yeah, the whole team. We said before that it's crosswind to the finish, so we had to fight to get to the front, and we did. In the last 5Ks, we always rode from the front, and no one could pass us.
André Greipel, Phil, well, what can you say about this man? He now has won the Tour Down Under for the 2nd time in his career. He might come back again next year and win it again.
Jurgen Rollins of Belgium. Let's hope they're both okay. As we now take the sprint again, there was the hump which seemed to come also from Hutchevich on Greipel. A very confused and annoying sprint for the German, I think, but the result was right in the end. For the moment, it looked as though CJ Sutton was being led by Team Sky to the victory. But then the big man we call the Gorilla got himself into gear.
But Phil, just look how far back he came from. He was not inside the top 10, then all of a sudden he's got that big, powerful acceleration. He really has got the legs to go for this afternoon. The acceleration on the line and the kick, but it was very, very close indeed.
Greipel has got his win. He's 2nd in his last 2 outings. Pataki is in 2nd place, and Hutchevich will get 3rd. But I bet you Greipel was not happy with Pataki with that sprint.
Actually, I was lucky that I could even sprint. There was a massive crash with 800 meters to go. I was out of my pedals and I lost from 5th position maybe. I was 25th or whatever, but I could bridge the gap, and yeah, I was pretty lucky. I think it was not really fair what Pataki did at the final sprint. He ran from all the left to the right, and he didn't care about a crash.
But watch out, because coming through the middle, I saw number 11. He's bursting on the right. André Greipel is going to get this. He's taking on Hutrovich, and I think he's got it by the skin of his racing tyre.
Well, that was a well-timed sprint there by André Greipel. He knew exactly when he needed to force that acceleration coming to the front, but just look how far back he was. Bosenhagen starts to go there. He gets himself into the slipstream of Mark Renshaw, but then all of a sudden, wait till the gears start to kick in. You've got the threat over there, the lime green, that's Robbie McEwen, but look, coming straight through the middle, André Greipel it is.
Incredible turn of speed. André Greipel is learning to sprint so well now. He's free of Mark Cavendish in his second year without the man he used to race alongside. And this is his 13th win since he left Mark Cavendish's side, and his third since he came to Australia. And if we're talking records, he now has 10 historical victories in this event, too short of McEwen's record.
The team was awesome again. We are nearly 3 riders down, but the guys rode their ass off again today and kept me in a good position for the sprint.
There's an attack by Sky moving up on the outside of the road here. And this is a kick very early on by Sky. Looks across to see who's taking him on as the sprint starts now. Greipel has got it down. He just makes it all so easy. Mark Renshaw is second. Alessandro Bertacchi is third. The gorilla roars again. He takes it right on the line. He can't believe it. He's lost it in 2 days. He lost 24 minutes. He doesn't like the mountains, but when the road suits him, he just goes over and crushes his opposition. Well, let's have a look at how it was won here. It's a perfect lead out again by the Lotto squad. They've done it before this week, and they're at it again. The challenge coming in from Team Sky, but it wasn't going to be quick enough here, because look at the speed of Greipel. There is nobody near him when it comes to it. He's beating some of the fastest finishers in the world by a long way.
What can I say? I think the team was just amazing what they did there. I thought it would be very too early that we hit the front, but I'm just happy for the guys and for myself to finish it off here at the Tour Down Under.
All the best finishes in the world there, and he beat the lot quite easily. Massive crowd enjoying this final day in really warm conditions. André Greipel proud of his Lotto Belisol team, especially by the way they've looked after him over this 6 days of racing. It is now the lead out, and it has to be Greg Henderson who leads it out. It's all too familiar as Greipel goes for win number 12 historically. Look at the distance here as he roars clear. Hutrovich looks to be in second place. Greipel joins Robbie McEwen with 12 historic wins. I think it will be Hutrovich who has taken second place, one better than 1 year ago in Clare.
We expected a really tough final. We expected a bit more attacks, but yeah, the team did an awesome job again. In the beginning, Olli Kaisen was pulling to get the breakaway, control the bunch, and yeah, I think the guys did an awesome job again.
Now, where are the sprinters? Greipel's team is on the left. Right in the centre is the orange jersey of the race leader, and it looks like Geraint Thomas is making a run here as well. Greg Henderson trying to lead out Greipel. Henderson is going, and there's a little bit of bumper shoulders with Kittel there, just trying to stay on course there. But watch now, watch the second wheel, because Greipel is going now as Martel Kittel comes at a run. Greipel is heading for his second win here in Tanunda. He's going to get the record of 13 stage wins as he crosses the line, and a very good sprint over in second place from Roberto Ferrari of Lampre will have hung on for second.
Yeah, there was a bit of crosswind to the end, and yeah, with the headwind, the last 2 kilometers was pretty messy, and yeah, the team did a good job to keep me in the front. With the headwind, it wasn't easy, but yeah, we waited as long as possible, and I think we did a perfect lead out again.
Your team seems to have that perfect recipe of how to launch you into the final few hundred meters.
Yeah, we were good together, and yeah, it's just nice to have those teammates. Thank you.
Greipel is in his usual perfect position. He'll thank the team if we interview him as the winner. Will he get his 100th career win today here in Adelaide? Boysenhagen showed us earlier he is a very fast sprinter. He handled a couple of stages of the Tour de France with his sprint finish. He's feeling good. He's got better every day. Last year he won the point prize. Now they're opening up full bore. It is the third man we're looking for. The second man is Greg Henderson. Henderson goes shortly. Greipel will follow him, but watch out because this is a run by Mark Renshaw. Renshaw has hit him early and they're over the top. It is crafty Mark Renshaw going to do it. Is Greipel going to steal it? Greipel is going to steal it. Win number 100 and his 14th career win in the Santos Tour Down Under. Robbie, Mark Renshaw did everything right, but Greipel was too quick.
It seemed to be just a little bit too far, but he didn't see another option. Boysenhagen had the wheel of André Greipel. That put Mark Renshaw another length behind.
Well, Andre, I have to say, you make it look so easy. It looked as if Mark Renshaw was going to create the surprise, but you just stayed calm.
He surprised me a little bit. I was also planning to kick, but he started earlier, so I had a bit more slipstream there. But he did a really good sprint, but I had some power left.
Gerrans is not going to get out of this yet. He's about 6 man down the line, and it's a perfect lead out this for Andre because he's got the men as he'll come into our view. 150 metres to go, and the wind then will hit him from the right. The sprint will go from the left of the road as now Greipel will launch himself, but look at this. Stierlhoff is being brought through. Gerrans is caught on the rails as Greipel hits the front. Greipel on the far right. It is going to be a very close finish, but André Greipel hits it on the line. Simon Gerrans, for my money, is crossed the line in third place. If he has, he's got himself a small bonus, but it won't give him ochre. The winner and his 15th historical win is that of André Greipel.
I think this was actually the first opportunity for sprinters today. I think we finished first and second, and I think this says enough. It was a real team effort today. Really nervous stage the whole day, and we could survive the crosswind action from Greenwich with 6 guys, so we could put the pressure on after the sprint, and I'm actually really happy that we finally got the win.
Kittled is even behind Simon Gerrans in that ochre jersey, but Greipel's in the right place. The man we always call affectionately the Gorilla, with 15 stage wins in this race, is locked into third place.
De Buschere, Roelands, Greipel, Renshaw, Fenn.
Well, Renshaw and Fenn could be the challenge here. Greipel, his team are racing for the line so strongly. Greipel is having a job. He's now going to try and hold on to Jürgen Roelands. Roelands, who led him to the line in Victor Harbour and even hung on for second himself. Jürgen Roelands now is going, but on the left, it's Fenn on the left of our road here. As they come up towards the line, this is going to be very... Greipel is coming clear. Greipel wins. Win number 16 is second of the week. Mark Renshaw it was who got second. Fenn was third. And looking over the line, Koen Court, a terrific fourth place for the Dutchman who lives in St Kilda in Melbourne. What a result. There's Greipel coming over the line. I make that his 115th victory of his career, which began back in 2005.
When Marcel Siebeck went, it was incredibly fast. He just passed everyone, and then I just needed to stay on the wheels, and the guys rode awesome again, and I could save myself for the last 200 meters, and I think another good victory for us. Nice team spirit we have. So much fun to race with the guys, and also for myself, I'm confident, and I have fast legs, and looking forward for the next races.
This is a perfect lead out at the moment for Elia Viviani in the blue. But watch out, Greipel is tacking on as well towards Caleb Ewan. They've overshot the bend. Leaders have gone down, but they're now sprinting for the line. Where is Viviani? Viviani breaks for the line. Caleb Ewan is after him on the left of our screen in neck and neck. Greipel through the middle. André Greipel, right is Viviani. Greipel is coming. It's win number 17 and his first of the week. He hit it spot on.
Well, Phil, he got that absolutely right. We saw him track Mitchelton Scott all the way in. He had his eye on Caleb Ewan. He said earlier in the week in a press conference, What do I think about Caleb Ewan? I think there's no slipstream. Well, he found it today.
Hey, what? They crossed the line. It looked to me as though it was Greipel, Ewan, and probably Peter Sagan who came through on the wheel there of Viviani. Paul.
Well, Andre, we saw the frustration on your face on Sunday night. That's turned to joy here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was a nice one. Pretty fast sprint. Yeah, but I could wait as long as possible and then could do a nice sprint, I guess.
Well, you stayed away from the Santos Tour Down Under a couple of years, but this is where you seem to get your glory at the start of the seasons.
Yeah, it's always nice to come back here. The races are not that stressful. It's also because of the heat, and yeah, I just like it. And if it turns out also with victories, it's nice.
At the moment, quick step on the front, second position, the lead-out man for Viviani. He is pole. Here they come, Phil.
Well, Viviani is third wheel of those three, but here comes the rush of the Borough boys, and also comes Greipel. But look at this, the Pocky Rocky just off our shot here. Caleb Ewan going on the left. Are they going to finish high? Greipel is trying to get his back wheel. Can he get on his back wheel? Yes, he can. Can he get over it? And yes, he can. André Greipel has won the last stage. It has become a Greipel sandwich because he also won the first.
André Greipel sees it. Look at him line him up. He has to get around Sagan, and he just picks up that little bit of slipstream, and now he gets a sniff. Ewan has been going from so far out, slightly fading, and there's really so little in it. I think not more than about 6 or 8 centimetres on the line. And there's the photo. It's a quarter of a wheel. 18 wins in the Santos Tour Down Under for André Greipel. And look at him flex his muscle.
Yeah, Bonhouse taking the 4th place.
Well, André Greipel, you're the first man this week to win 2 stages, but more importantly, you've extended your record winning streak to 18 stage wins at the Santos Tour Down Under.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy one. The team did a good job and controlled all the time the sprint, that we can get a sprint. And yeah, towards the finish was a headwind, so you had to wait as long as possible. Caleb came like a cannonball from the back, and yeah, I could lay off him and yeah, could pass him at the last meters, which I think was a good timing. And yeah, I'm really proud of it.